Hi there. It's Tuesday, January 29, 2019. 46 degrees outside here in Fort Worth. A bit overcast. I'm wearing a jacket. Today I want to tell you that on this day in history, in 1936, the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum elected its first members in Cooperstown, New York. There were 5 of them: Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, Christy Mathewson, and Walter Johnson. I worked there for a while, from 2002 to, how long did I work there? 07, I think. 5 years, I believe. And for a while, when I first went to work there, the membership desk right behind us was a big poster of the first 5. So I had that memorized for a while, but it's been a while, so I had to use a cheat sheet. But when I saw this come up on my this day in history, I got pretty excited about it. I love Cooperstown and the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. It's not that hard a trip to plan, by the way. If you're anywhere south, where Southwest flies out of, I'll tell you that Southwest flies into Albany. Just book a flight to Albany, rent a car, and it's about an hour and a half or 2 hours drive west to Cooperstown. Probably the best times to go are spring and fall. A lot of times in the winter, of course, you get winter weather. They're all snowy right now. It gets really cold there sometimes. And in the summertime, they have a booming business of families and children. There's some baseball camps in the area, so all those kids and their entourage come to the area. And so it can be pretty busy and actually hard to get a room. But spring and fall, before school lets out, is a good time to go. And during, I believe, between Memorial Day and Labor Day, I believe they're open 9 to 9. And from Labor Day to Memorial Day, their hours are 9 to 5. So they're open year-round, unless extraordinary weather conditions force them to close. So plan your trip. Go on up there, check it out. National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is pretty awesome. The museum actually, or the Hall of Fame actually, had its beginnings in 1935 when it says a private organization based in Cooperstown called the Clark Foundation. And until just this instant, I could tell you the name, Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark is first name and last name. Someone found a handmade baseball in an attic in Fly Creek. And so this did lead them to believe that Abner Doubleday invented the game of baseball in Cooperstown. They formed a commission to study this, and the facts that they were able to find at the time supported this idea. Since then, they have discovered other facts that lead them to believe that maybe that's not all the information there was. But at the time, that was what they thought, and evidence supported it, so that's what they went with. That U.S. Civil War hero Abner Doubleday invented baseball in Cooperstown. In preparation for the dedication of the Hall of Fame in 1939, thought by many to be the centennial of baseball, the Baseball Writers Association of America chose the 5 greatest superstars of the game as the first class to be inducted. Ty Cobb was the most productive hitter in history. Babe Ruth was both an ace pitcher and the greatest home run hitter to play the game. Honus Wagner was a versatile star shortstop and batting champion. Christy Mathewson had more wins than any pitcher in National League history, and Walter Johnson was considered one of the most powerful pitchers ever to have taken the mound. This article says that they have approximately 350,000 visitors per year. I believe that. The Hall of Fame continues to be the hub of all things baseball. It has elected 278 individuals in all, including 255 players, 17 managers, 8 umpires, and 28 executives and pioneers. And it's a pretty awesome place to visit and a stunningly beautiful part of the world. Lovely little village. Do try to secure your rooms before you make the trip, because it's a popular place to go actually year-round. And remember that in the wintertime, you're going to definitely get winter weather. In the summertime, you're going to definitely get tourists and baseball kids and their entire entourage. Again, spring and fall are probably the best times to try to visit. The village itself is maybe about a mile across. It's small and stays that way because it's in the bowl of there's a lake at one end and hill ranges. I wouldn't call them mountains exactly, but hill ridges, and it kind of just comes to a point there, and that's where the village is. And so it doesn't have a lot of room to spread out geographically. So that kind of forces it to stay physically small, a village, and that is part of its charm. Probably about 2,200 to 2,500 residents in the village. There's a world-class teaching hospital in Cooperstown, so God forbid you have a medical event, there's a good place for you to be taken care of right there, the Mabel Bassett Hospital. And I think the hospital employs a few more people than the number that live in the village, but many of them commute. Anyway, hooray for the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. And I guess that's about it for now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.